streaming now, preparing stream. So we're about to be live in like 2 minutes.
Wonderful.
Setting up your YouTube live. Let's see. I don't even have to wait. I need to be able to check it too. All right, we are live on YouTube.
Yay. Hey,
And
everybody. How y'all doing
hello,
tonight?
hello, hello. Welcome
Y'all,
to
we're back.
see this. And do I look y'all? Oh, it looks fine. Oh,
Elevate to activate. What are we talking about this evening, Shanita? We got
oh,
plenty to say. It's gonna be important, y'all. Y'all better listen in. Don't forget, like, share, and subscribe. Listen in
absolutely.
and listen up. Good information. We are both real entrepreneurs. And Shanita, talk to me about what the topic is tonight, because I know everybody definitely wants to know what we getting into right now if they're brand new or thinking about becoming an entrepreneur. So what's
Yes.
happening? What's happening
So
tonight?
tonight is about what you can actually sell and turn your skills into a paid offer. A lot of people right now, you probably have a full-time job in some way, and you probably don't think you have anything to sell, but you definitely do if someone is paying you to do a job. And so tonight is teaching you how to turn your skills into a paid offer. So are you ready, Teresa, to jump into this
I'm
right now?
ready. Let's get with it because
Let's get
there's
it.
no time like the present. And right now, the weather's changing. The income tax checks are raining, and it's time. It's time to own
Okay.
it. It's time to own it. So let's get started with this topic tonight. So most people who want to start a business don't have an effort problem. Let's just be clear about that. They have what's just simple clarity problems. And I don't know if I would call it simple, but here's the deal. They want to build a business, but they can't answer one simple question. What do you actually sell? It can't be
Mm,
your passion. It can't be your dream because that's not what people are buying. It can't be just an offer because income doesn't come from your good, big, gigantic ideas. Income comes from solving other people's problems. I don't know how many times I got to say that in any given week. And the moment you understand that, entrepreneurship becomes much simpler because we all about solving problems. That's what we get paid for, right? Shanika, I
absolutely.
mean,
Absolutely. I'm sitting here
girl,
thinking to myself how
you better
Claire,
preach.
this part trips people up for a long time. And I was one of those people, I was really confused. The clarity was not there. But once I got it, I was like, okay, I get it now. So listen, the reason why it's hard is because employees are trained to perform a task, but
Mm,
entrepreneurs are paid to solve problems. And I know you've
right.
heard this before. You're probably thinking, well, how do actors solve problems? How do entertainers solve problems? It's a problem, whether it's a boredom problem, but nonetheless, it's a problem being solved. And so that is the difference. When someone pays you, they're not paying for your time. We're not trading time for dollars. Do you hear me? And so they are paying for the result that you can create in their lives, not in your life, in their lives. So the real question should not be, what business should I start? The real question is, what problems do you already know how to solve? Because the best and quickest business you can build is built on skills you already have and not skills you're going to learn someday or in the future, but what you have right now. You ready,
Right.
Teresa?
You
So
know what? That's so good, so good, and so
yeah.
true. Here's where most people get stuck. See, they describe their skills. You know what I'm saying? It's like they're not talking about specifically and being clear about what they do. And they're not describing their offer. So they'll say something like, let me give you an example. I do marketing. That's what they'll say. I do marketing. Now, what does that tell us? It don't tell us much of anything.
Mm-mm.
Or I help people, or I do consulting. It doesn't tell us anything about what they do. Those, for real, are skills. They're not offers, and it doesn't really bring you the things that you need. An offer must include three things, and we're going to go over those three things, right? First, the offer must talk about the problem. And secondly, the offer must talk about the process. And finally, the offer has to talk about the transition and the outcome that you're going to bring to someone. So instead of saying, I do social media, you need to say something like, I help small businesses generate 20 new leads a month using simple social media systems. And that's very
Mm.
clear and very specific. Clarity is what sells. People are looking for solutions. Confusion, well, that doesn't sell at all. A lot of people might have some sympathy and give you some sympathy money, but it's not sustainable, and they're not talking about you. And you want
Nah.
them to talk about you, right?
Right. And like I said before, many of you already have a job, which means something very important. You already have a valuable skill and knowledge. Inside your job, you've already learned systems, processes, problem solving, and insight. And
Right?
entrepreneurs monetize our knowledge, right? Not
Girl.
just labor. And that is the difference.
Right.
So your first offer should come from one place. What do people already ask you for help with? Think about it. It might
Mm,
be so subtle, but you have a skill there. And this question alone reveals the opportunities at hand in your life right now. So
mm,
start thinking like that. Start thinking in terms of what people already ask you for right now.
mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, what do they ask you for? I
Mhm.
mean, you got to keep that in mind. You got to sort of understand. So let's make this interactive. I want you to be honest. If you're listening in out there, be honest. Where are you right now in terms of how you're doing business? I want you to think about these numbers. We're gonna put a number to it. So, number one, are you the person that says, I don't know what to sell? I don't even know what I could sell. But you want to be an entrepreneur and you got this dream of doing it. Or are you the person number two who says, put a two in the chat if you're this person. I have skills, but I don't know how to package them. What about number three? Put a three in the chat if you're saying, I have an idea, but haven't validated it. Like, I don't know if it's good or not. And number four, I already have an offer. Use a number four if you're that person. Drop the number in the comments because here, there's no judgment here. This is all about clarity. Right, Shanita? We're just trying to get
Absolutely.
clear right now. And this is safe space. This is where you can get some knowledge, contribute, and we're growing.
Yeah. So let's simplify this. I know y'all have all heard those I help statements that people get caught up on for so long. So
Hmm.
let's simplify this. So type this in the comments and fill in the blanks, okay?
Go
So
ahead.
the way I've heard is I help A do B by doing C, or I help blank solve blank so they can blank. So an
Right.
example is I help busy professionals improve their LinkedIn profiles so they can attract better job offers. You see how clear that is? Or
Real clear.
I help small businesses organize their bookkeeping so they can understand their finances.
Wow.
Simple, clear, actionable. You don't have to match no part of that. And so that sentence is often the starting point of a real business, that I help statement. Right,
Yeah, that
Teresa?
I help statement. And I'm gonna really take that to heart myself in my own business and start working on making that clearer and clearer. But
Mhm.
entrepreneurship doesn't start when you just quit your job. That's the point. It starts when you understand the value you can create for others. And that's why we're talking about solving problems. Once you know what other people's problems are that you can solve, your income can become much more predictable. And here's the thing, when you have clarity, you're creating momentum. And next week, what we're going to talk about is something just as important, how to actually find your first clients. Your first
Oh
clients, you
man.
know what I'm saying?
Oof.
When you're first getting started, it's you hungry. You got to figure it
Yes.
out, right? So, how you find those first clients?
Oh man. So listen, before we wrap up, drop in the comments right now what your current skills are and say what my skill is. Let's see what you're working with, because inside this room, there are probably dozens, not even probably, there are for
It does,
sure
girl, does.
dozens of businesses already waiting to be built. You just don't even know it yet. And clarity is the first step. So with that, thank you so much for being with us tonight.
Yeah,
Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. If you're
y'all.
enjoying the content, you finding value, and if you're an entrepreneur, or you're a transitional entrepreneur. Let us know your feedback. And like Teresa said, drop a 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 in the comments if you are starting a business, you got an offer, you don't have an offer, all the good stuff, right, Teresa? Anything else you want to close out with?
Girl, yeah, absolutely. So we've got a lot of people in the group on Facebook, and we want to
Mhm.
pull you over to YouTube as
Yes.
well so you can interact with us. It also helps us as entrepreneurs grow this channel. We want you to interact with us and let us interact with you, give us this feedback so we know how to serve you. We are working diligently behind the scenes. We're excited about it. And entrepreneurism, that's all about owning it, owning your life, owning your time, owning your money, and going from the bank to the beach. That's what we want to do,
Oh,
right?
I love it. See you. We're live every Monday at 6 p.m. CST, 7 p.m. EST. Join us on Facebook in our community. If you are on YouTube watching, it's Elevate to Activate on Facebook. And with that, we will see you on next Monday. See you in
Yep,
the comments, you guys.
yep. See
Bye.
you.